thanks for coming today. It's
yeah, thank you also.
I've thought about you quite a lot in the last few months. Also, I saw your postings about your progress in your current stage of your education, and just when I'm thinking about meeting you here online to talk about you and your career, I realized that, or I remembered that even when you were a student with me, I was always confused about what part of your name I should use to address you. So tell me again.
Okay,
Is it
sure.
Putra?
I think it's better to call me Putra.
Putra. So
yeah,
that is your family name or your given name?
Well, we don't have a family name in Bali. We don't have family name in our name. So basically, that all 4 words are my name. But then I think it's well, when I went abroad for the first time, I need to choose which part of my name to be a first name and which part to be a last name. So, so I use Putra as my last name, and also people, call me Putra. I think it's
okay, Putra it is. So now we've already established where you're from. You're from Bali, right? I think many people envy you about that. Now give us your full name one time for the record.
Iputu Alit Putra.
Okay, wonderful. So my name is Alex, and many years ago we met in Bangkok for the first time, and you came as a student in a master program of the Thai German Graduate School of Engineering, and because we're currently advertising DAAD scholarships for master studies at TGGS, I thought it would be a great idea to invite you to share your experiences about that.
Sure.
So, you've given me a few pictures. So this is all about you. You are TGGS and DAAD alumnus at this point, but you're still in the middle of your career. And on this starting slide, you see our current graphic to advertise the DAAD scholarships to allow people from Southeast Asia to join TGGS to study master programs. And then I selected 2 of the favorite pictures you shared with me about yourself. One of the early phase, you're looking really wild, and one of the latest phase, you don't really seem to have gotten much older during all these years. But well, we'll find out all about your experiences. So. So maybe you start in the present time. This is one photograph which is very recent. Tell us all about that. Who are we seeing and where are you now and what are you doing?
We took this picture when I just finished to present my licentiate thesis. Licentiate thesis itself is the middle bit. I'm doing my PhD now, so in Sweden, in Chalmers University of Technology. So the program itself will take me about 5 years, and this is the middle degree. So in order to get a PhD, we have to do licentiate degree, which normally happen after 2 or 3 years of our study, and then continue to another 2 years, and then we will have a final defense at the end.
Okay, so you're around halfway through your PhD. We can talk your PhD a bit more in the middle. I just thought it would be the best thing to pick you up where you are right now. So this is the overview you've given to me over your study career, and well, mostly, of course, I will focus on the middle bit, right? Because I want to make the point, and I hope you support me in making the point that TGGS is a great stepping stone to get students into an international academic career. Or and of course, it's mostly there to get you into the German system. But we are just as happy if you continue to study in Sweden. Even of course, you could have done that in Germany too.
So I did my bachelor in Indonesia. The university name is Universitas Indonesia. So I did in the 2009 until 2013. and I was doing mechanical engineering program, which my final thesis was about like nanofluids as a heat pipe or as a medium to transfer heat from one source to the other source.
So how old were you when you got your degree, your bachelor degree?
Bachelor degree, I think it was 2013, so 20 years old. Yeah,
20
almost
years.
20. Yeah,
Almost
almost.
20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And at this point, how did you get the idea that you wanted to leave your home country to study on? What gave you that idea?
Well, I was like when I started my bachelor degree, I always like wanted to go to Germany. So in Indonesia, we have like a strong public figure. One of our president was a engineer graduating from Germany, and he was also study in the RWTH Aachen. So I think it's most of the people that are studying engineering know him very well and kind of like know the RWTH Aachen University. And it's really, I mean, it was my dream to at least study in that university. So I think since in the fourth semester, I started to basically look to finding some information. How can I study abroad? Well, I'm really want to like know. I mean, we know everyone knows. I guess the German engineering is the best in the world. So, so of
Well,
course,
thank you
it's
very
kind
much.
of like a dream. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want to give us the name of your former president?
Oh yeah, it's Professor Habibi. So he just passed away. I think last year. So it was sad news for us, but he was. I think he did study from bachelor to doctoral degree in RWTH Aachen
Not
University.
quite. He at that time we didn't have a bachelor. He studied diploma engineer.
Diploma engineer, yeah,
Diploma
yeah.
engineer
So
to doctoring, right? The
Dr.
traditional
Ing, yeah,
classic study course.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So so on this slide, I put this together just to visualize what we're talking about when we talk about TGGS. TGGS
Mm-hmm.
is a graduate school. That means it only offers master programs and PhD in engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And it was well, it's hard to tell when exactly it was founded. I believe I saw a document with signatures where it was decided to come up with this project in the mid 1990s, right? So,
1990.
but these things take time, and it was a project of the mother university in Thailand, which is King Mongkut's University of Technology, North Bangkok. RWTH Aachen University, and of course DAAD, German Academic Exchange Service in Bonn, who supported this whole project. And I was there for the first time in 2003 when it was kind of in a trial phase, in a prototyping phase. I kind of taught courses, or it was more like a seminar and a project in the buildings of the Faculty of Engineering. And so a first question, how did you find out about this offer, and what made you decide that this would be the right thing for you?
Yes, yeah, I was like when I just finished my thesis, my former professor in bachelor degree, he was also graduated from Germany. I guess it was Armed Force University in Hamburg, and I asked him whether he can help me to study in Germany actually, and but at the times there was, I think it was quite difficult to get a scholarship to go directly to Germany because you have to have like at least 2 years of working experience and also good English and also some, I think at least B1 level of German language. I just, yeah, at the time I just graduated, and then I was applying some jobs in oil and gas companies, but then suddenly one afternoon he called me. He said that Putra, there is one possibility for you to go to Germany, but you have to study in Thailand first. And I guess with your, I mean, to be honest, my English was not so good at the time. So, but he said that I think you should be able at least to register with your current English skill. So then, and then when I checked the website, I saw RWTH Aachen. So I feel like, okay, I will try. And then, and because it's also supported by DAAD, I think it's a really nice program. I did apply, and then I got it, and I think we did interview, right? If I'm not mistaken,
Sure.
you were one.
I did all the interviews since 2008 or even 2007. Not so sure. I think 2008.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, then yeah, when I got the scholarship and also the admissions, I feel really happy. And then okay, now I think the journey will begin shortly at the time. So it's really, yeah, that's basically because I really want to go to Germany, and then my professor told me that there is one possibility to go to
Right.
Germany via GS. Yeah.
So you decided to study the ASAE program. I put the two logos in there. That's Automotive Safety and Assessment Engineering, together with MESD, which is Mechanical Engineering, Simulation and Design. This is one program. So these ASAE and MESD are majors in the MAE program, Mechanical and Automotive Engineering, which is a Master of Engineering program at TGGS, right? So and I'm lucky to have courses in both of these programs, or have students of both of these programs. So let's look at some impressions from your studies during that time.
Yes. So this big image was when we visited Ford manufacturing Thailand, and these two small images. One was about designing electric, kind of like electric tricycle or electric bicycle for farmer in or agriculture, or basically farmer in Thailand. And the below one was one of the result from crash simulations. This one is one of the, I think it's a really useful course for my study right now, because it was about computer simulations for crash, and it was finite element car crash. And this is the early, when I just started into this field. And now basically in my PhD, I'm using the same tools.
And I think this this also got you into your position where you spent your time in Aachen, right? So tell us about your experience at IAM Institute with Professor Markert.
Yes, I was doing my internship as well there. So I stayed for 12 months. The first 6 months about my internship, and the second part was about my master thesis. So as you said, I was quite lucky because I got supervised directly by Professor Markert itself. So normally in Germany, the master student will be supervised by doctoral student, and then the doctoral student by the professor. But I got like really lucky, because I think since he just started, and I think I was the first person from TGGS to be in his institute when he took a chair there. And yeah, and my master thesis was about developing active muscle. So we have like human body models. It's a tools to predict the kinematics and injury during car crash. And my part was about developing active muscle to see the effect, how basically when pedestrian hit by the car, and the pedestrian itself, he or she realized that there will be car impact her or him in the short time. Normally our body will react, we will have a reflex response, and I tried to model that part.
Right.
And I think because it's in a way it's a really good, because I got supervised directly by Professor Markert, but I feel also I need to do my best. So basically I did work really hard there, and then he kind of impressed with my work, I believe. And then he asked me to create a poster my friend in Aachen told me that this poster is still in the corridor of Institute
Oh,
of
great!
Mineral.
I didn't know that. And I think you also got the outstanding master thesis award for your master thesis at TGGS, right? Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, because I think I work like 80 hours a week, I guess,
80 hours a day, right?
for this master thesis. Yeah, I got also presented 2 times in a conference. One was in Würzburg in certain part of Germany, and the other one was in Aachen. So yeah, 2 conference paper and this 1 poster, and also got the best thesis award at the time.
Yeah,
And
you were a
Professor
star at the
Market,
time.
yeah, Professor Market also give me a letter of acceptance to be his PhD student. But I was find difficulty to get a scholarship because I mean as a PhD student you have to teach in German, which is I think it's a really big challenge for me. Although I tried to apply some scholarships and at the end I didn't get that scholarship. But I still in contact with him. I think last time I asked him to be my to give me recommendation letter for my new current position here in Chalmers. So he fully supported me. So then I got also this PhD
Yeah,
position now.
I remember at the time he was willing to take you as a PhD candidate, right? Or he would have
Yeah.
happily taken you, I believe. Just as you said, just funding was an issue. And then the clever Swedish people, they got you. Did they get you with a scholarship, or how did they make you decide to move to Sweden?
Well, yeah, I was working in industry at the times, and I look into the PhD vacancy. So in Sweden, I guess it's quite similar with in Germany. The PhD itself, it's employment. So you are a student, but you also are an employee. So you will get a salary like an entry level engineer, and to get the positions or the PhD position, you have to apply using like as you apply for a job. So I found this this vacancy in Chalmers, and it's really matched with my previous master program. So I tried to apply then, and I got the positions here. And also I got invited to conduct the interview in Sweden. At the time I was working, I came back to Thailand for 6 months or working with Achan Julaluk and also Achan Saprasit.
So
At the time
you came back to
yeah,
TGGS to your college for a few months.
Yeah.
You definitely have a pretty unique story.
Yeah.
So tell us about the focus of your work at Chalmers, just very briefly.
Now I'm working on developing active muscle again, but it's in different part of the body. Now it's in the neck. So I'm doing basically whiplash injury analysis. Whiplash injury, it's the basically neck pain that you got in the neck when you hit by the car. So I'm trying to develop a tool, a human body models that can replicate the reflex motions of the occupant. And my focus is to develop female human body model because whiplash injury itself, I mean, female have a higher risk to sustain whiplash injury compared to males. And also, right now, the seat in the car is specifically developed for male, not for female. So I'm developing this. Yeah, now I'm developing the tools, and it's an open source tool. So by the end of my PhD, or now you can also directly download the tool itself if you want to see, and we will have a final tool by the end of my PhD.
Okay, now we're hearing background noises. What is maybe the most important part of your life?
Yeah,
you have a family with you in Sweden, right?
Yes, right now, my son is now 6 months old. So he was born in November during the dark winter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
You don't have to be lonely just to become a doctor in engineering in Europe.
Yeah, sure.
That is great.
It's another product of my PhD study, I guess.
That is wonderful. Now, the last thing I'm asking you to do is to tell people who are interested if it is a good idea to apply for a DAD scholarship at TGGS or even study without this scholarship at TGGS.
So yeah, for I think all the bachelor degree students that just graduated, if you want to study German engineering in Thailand and also combine the knowledge from developed country and developing the problem in developing country, I think it's TGGS is one of the best graduate school that you can study. Also, you can get supported by DAAD, and of course, if you are work a little bit harder, you can go to RWTH Aachen University and do your master thesis there. And for me myself, it's open the opportunity. It's kind of like a leaping stone for me. When I just started my bachelor in Indonesia and then to Bangkok and then to Germany and then now I'm studying in Sweden.
Wonderful.
So I will speak in Indonesia. Untuk semua teman-teman yang baru lulus S1, apabila teman-teman ingin study di Jerman dan juga merasakan bagaimana permasalahan yang ada di Thailand, di negara berkembang, TGGS adalah salah satu graduate school yang sangat baik untuk diikuti, dan teman-teman juga mempunyai kesempatan untuk memperoleh beasiswa DAAD.
Thank you very much.
Sure.